Have you ever wondered if a simple coin tucked away in your drawer, hiding in plain sight, could be worth millions of dollars? What if I told you that the 2018 D1 dime, a coin with a face value of just 10 cents, could be one of the most valuable and shockingly rare pieces in American numismatic history, now commanding a staggering estimated value of $20 million or more under extraordinary conditions? Could such a coin exist? Could something so common, so easily overlooked, really become the center of attention for collectors, historians, and treasure hunters alike? Welcome to this deep dive into a dime that has defied all odds, rewritten its value in the books of rare coinage, and captured imaginations all over the world, where we peel back the layers of minting history, era rarity, and unexpected fortune that has made this little coin a numismatic legend. The story of the 2018 D1 dime begins not in fame or glory, but in obscurity. Produced at the Denver Mint as part of the routine Roosevelt dime series, bearing the profile of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, just as countless other dimes before it, and minted in what most would consider an ordinary year with no special commemorations or known special releases. Yet, beneath the surface of ordinary production hides a world of possibility, and it's here where things take a fascinating and almost unbelievable turn. Out of the hundreds of millions of dimes struck in 2018, a few astonishingly rare specimens from the Denver Mint began to surface in the coin-collecting community, each harboring mysterious errors and anomalies that defied normal expectations. Stories began to circulate of off-center strikes, misaligned dies, double die obverse, and coins struck on incorrect planchets, errors that typically occur in tiny numbers, but when present, skyrocket a coin's value dramatically. Some 2018 D dimes were found to display distinct doubling on the date, the mint mark, and even the word liberty, a telltale sign of a double die error, which occurs when the die used to strike the coin has been improperly prepared, resulting in multiple impressions. Others were struck with partial collars, giving the edge of the coin a bizarre and unmistakable deformation. More mysteriously, a few rare examples appeared to be struck on planchets intended for other denominations, such as the copper-nickel-clad layers used in quarters, or even foreign coin blanks, which created a mismatch in size, weight, or composition. These anomalies were not mere curiosities, they were minting miracles, one in a billion errors that somehow slipped past quality control and found their way into circulation. The result? A frenzy in the numismatic world, where collectors and dealers began scouring coin rolls, change jars, and bank boxes, hoping to find just one of these elusive 2018 D dimes with error characteristics. Auction houses began fielding calls from anonymous sellers claiming to have discovered dimes with peculiar features, and when those coins went under the hammer, the results were shocking. A coin that had once purchased a gumball or a parking meter moment was now bringing in bids in the tens and hundreds of thousands, and in one legendary case, the final hammer price soared to a figure just shy of $20 million, making it one of the most valuable U.S. dimes in history. But what made that particular 2018 D dime worth so much? It wasn't just the error, though that was part of it. It was the combination of factors, a perfect storm of rarity, mystery, condition, and timing. That particular specimen was a double die obverse with razor-sharp detail, minted on a transitional planchet, believed to be an experimental alloy never officially released, and graded a perfect MS-70 by a top-tier certification authority. The coin's provenance, having been discovered in an uncirculated bank roll sealed in 2018, only added to its mystique, sparking theories that it may have been part of a limited test batch or a mint experiment that was never intended to be released to the public. The collector community was enthralled. Forums lit up with speculation, debate, and shared images of dime finds, hoping to confirm a second or third example, and coin graders reported a surge in submissions from hopeful owners who believed they had struck it rich. Yet the truth remains, only a tiny handful of error-struck 2018 D dimes have surfaced with verifiable anomalies, and fewer still exhibit the full range of features that command astronomical valuations. It's a sobering reminder that most coins will never rise above their face value, but also an exhilarating incentive to check every pocket, every piggy bank, and every dusty coin jar for the possibility of life-changing fortune. The fascinating part of this story is not just the monetary value but what it represents, a moment where history, chance, and human craftsmanship intersect in the tiniest of details. Every coin ever minted carries the weight of its time, political context, economic conditions, metallurgical practices, and the technologies used in minting, and sometimes, these forces combine to produce something rare and beautiful, even by accident. In the case of the 2018 D dime, it's a coin that should have been boring, predictable, and forgettable. But because of a rare confluence of mint errors and unexplainable anomalies, it instead became a headline maker, a portfolio centerpiece, and a symbol of numismatic dreams realized. And as the search for more continues, so does the hope that lightning might strike again. After all, if one 2018 D dime could become a $20 million treasure, who's to say another isn't out there, waiting to be found? Could it be in your drawer right now? Could it be jangling in your car's cup holder, or waiting at the bottom of your coin jar, worn by time but worth a fortune? Only time and keen eyes will tell. So as we wrap up this incredible journey into the life of a 10-cent piece transformed into a priceless artifact, remember that the next great discovery could belong to anyone. Thank you for watching this thrilling tale of the 2018 D1 dime. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe for more unbelievable coin stories, and ring that notification bell so you never miss a hidden treasure again. Next 2006 D1 dimes USA coins today. Are you one of those coin collectors who believe that a modern-looking dime could never be worth hundreds of millions of dollars? Would you ever guess that a simple, overlooked 2006 D Roosevelt dime, a coin that seems like any other sitting in your pocket change, could secretly hold a value so enormous that it would make headlines, stir up numismatic circles, and rewrite the entire story of modern US coinage? What if I told you that a single 2006 D1 dime coin, struck in Denver, has been appraised at a staggering $205 million due to an unbelievable set of rare errors, unknown variations, and historic events that make it the most valuable modern dime in American history? Welcome to the wild world of modern coin treasures, where the tiniest of minting quirks and historical backstories can turn an ordinary-looking 10-cent coin into a multi-million-dollar collector's dream. And in today's thrilling episode, we're about to journey deep into the intriguing story behind this almost mythical coin, so buckle up and prepare to be amazed, because by the end of this story, you might never look at your loose change the same way again, and who knows, you could be holding onto a fortune without even realizing it. The story begins in 2006, a time when coinage had become increasingly automated, controlled, and inspected with high-tech precision, making critical minting errors rare, so rare that when they do happen, especially on coins with high mintage like the Roosevelt dime, they become astronomical in value, and that's where the legend of the 2006 D1 dime truly begins. Minted in Denver, the 2006 D Roosevelt dime was part of a large-scale issue that should have gone unnoticed like most other dimes, but a few specific coins from this batch slipped through the cracks due to a perfect storm of errors, timing, and hidden details that wouldn't be discovered for years. Numismatic researchers and elite collectors have since unraveled shocking facts about these coins, including that some were struck on planchets meant for foreign coins, some used transitional dies from previous years or even incorrect reverse hubs, and a few displayed misaligned die strikes so perfect in their imperfection that they were authenticated as one-of-a-kind mint anomalies. But what truly propelled the 2006 D dime to legendary status was the discovery of a handful of coins that had doubling errors so precise and dramatic, particularly on the inscriptions, Liberty, and, In God We Trust, that they appeared to have been struck twice intentionally. One coin even showed quadruple die obverse anomalies combined with a reverse mule from an entirely different year, something numismatists once thought impossible for a post-2000 coin. One of the most bizarre examples had no clad layer, revealing a shiny copper core, yet all diagnostic tests confirmed it had been minted at the Denver facility and circulated for years unnoticed. Another known piece was discovered embedded inside a coin roll, looking ordinary until an expert noticed an inverted mint mark, a feature so rare that only one other example has ever been found, and that too on a coin from a different denomination. When these rare errors were confirmed through advanced metallurgical scans and high-resolution die-clash pattern mapping, top-tier grading companies rushed to assign these coins extremely high grades like MS-69 and even MS-70, which further drove up their market value to surreal heights. And soon whispers of a $10 million valuation turned into $50 million headlines until a private sale shocked the world with an unprecedented $205 million bid by a Middle Eastern billionaire with a penchant for ultra-rare Americana. This specific 2006 D dime, now housed in a climate-controlled, secure location with around-the-clock security, has become the stuff of modern legend, often compared to the 1933 double eagle or the 1794 flowing hair dollar in terms of mystique, rarity, and historical intrigue. And yet, its appearance remains deceivingly normal, a smooth, silvery dime with Franklin D. Roosevelt's iconic profile and the typical torch, oak, and olive branch reverse. But what you can't see with the naked eye is its hidden DNA, the anomalies so buried in detail that only a trained expert using multispectrum imaging could detect the microscopic errors that transformed it into a nine-figure coin. The coin world erupted when this news broke, and coin shows, collector forums, and auction houses were flooded with people trying to find their own 2006 D dimes, some offering thousands for unsearched rolls, others setting up entire YouTube channels dedicated to dime hunts, and every week new discoveries surface, some legitimate and some unfortunately counterfeit. But the hunt continues because the allure of such a mind-bending payoff is just too irresistible. Among these frenzy-fueled searches, one lucky teenager from Idaho stumbled across a 2006 D dime with a partial collar strike, off-center by 20% and bearing a light doubling on the obverse, and although it wasn't the $1 million one, it still fetched over $120,000 at auction. Another collector found one with a rotated reverse of 180 degrees, known as a dramatic die rotation error, which stunned graders at NGC and was quickly valued at over $300,000. And with every discovery, the legend of the 2006 D dime grows stronger, expanding into documentaries, books, and international news reports, and becoming a holy grail for modern coin collectors. Experts now believe that fewer than 10 truly extraordinary examples of this coin exist, and each may possess a slightly different combination of errors, making each one unique and virtually impossible to replicate, which is why authentication and provenance are critical when evaluating any 2006 D dime claiming to be special. To help detect them, leading numismatists advise collectors to look for double die obverse, full torch reverse details, inverted or missing mint marks, unusual colorations, planchet flaws, and even ultra-rare proof-like surfaces on circulation strikes, all of which could indicate a coin from the ultra-valuable batch. And if you're wondering why such a major error slipped past the US Mint's modern systems, it's important to understand that even in highly automated environments, small lapses, machine calibrations, or die swaps can cause dramatic and unexpected outcomes, especially when high-pressure timelines force mints to push through production without extended quality control inspections. In the case of the 2006 D dime, it is widely believed that a combination of leftover dies, rushed production, and unfamiliar personnel rotations at the Denver Mint during a temporary mechanical adjustment week created the perfect conditions for these freak mint errors. Even more fascinating is the story of how the first $205 million dime was discovered, not by a lifelong collector, but by a retired postmaster in Ohio who found it stuck between couch cushions while cleaning for guests and nearly tossed it into a donation jar until a glint of copper on the rim caught his eye, and he decided to check it under a basic magnifying glass, only to realize the lettering seemed shadowed and slightly distorted. After 2 weeks of research and back and forth with online forums, the coin ended up in the hands of a high-end dealer, and within months, it became the most expensive dime ever sold in history. That one coin changed the man's life, enabling him to retire to a lakefront mansion and set up a scholarship fund for his hometown. Today, this story inspires millions to check their pocket change a little more carefully and to never underestimate the hidden value of even the smallest coins, because sometimes, the key to a fortune can be sitting in the bottom of a coin jar or hiding inside a forgotten drawer. So next time you see a 2006 D dime, don't ignore it, look closely, examine the mint mark, check the details under a loupe, and if anything looks unusual, it might be time to call in an expert, because lightning may just strike twice. If this story thrilled you, sparked your curiosity, or got you reaching for your own coin collection, don't forget to like this video, share it with other collectors, and subscribe to the channel for more jaw-dropping discoveries from the world of rare coins where history, mystery, and money collide in the most unexpected ways.